Okay, considering what considering the way 2025 is starting, I think we need to stop being so relaxed for those who are. The previous video I ended by saying that that could be possible, or we need to prepare for more of these things to come, considering what's going on right now. Not only with the two attacks, actually it's about four right now attacks, but also face diapers are being mandated in some places again. Uh, it's almost like they're trying to bring what happened in 2020 back and combine it with attacks like what we saw in New Orleans and Las Vegas. Uh, Even I think in one of the Carolinas they had to shut down a freeway. I think it was because of a threat. We have to be prepared for these things. And my opinion, this is what I think we need to do to stay prepared and stay ready for these, to get ready and stay ready for these situations. Uh, so I'll probably give you like around five things that I would do. You know, one, and this proved to be ever so true back in 2020. It's been true for a long time, decades, but I think people kind of opened their eyes to it back in 2020, and that is do your own research. Don't rely on mainstream media. Don't rely on any news source or anything like that as far as like mainstream. Do your own research because 90% of what's been told us, I believe, is not the truth. And then sometimes it's like when they do tell us the truth a little bit, it's been delayed for several months. So do your own research. That's what I would do. Uh, Number two, always have a group of close friends and like-minded believers. People you can go to and talk to and, you know, bounce ideas off, off of each other. Uh, Someone you feel who you would feel great, coming to your rescue if need be, or someone whom you would go and rescue them if need be. Have those group of people. Now, number three, considering where a lot of these so-called attacks have been taking place, and I know this is going to be hard for a lot of people because you don't want to feel like you can't go where you want to go when you want to go, but if at all possible, try to avoid major events and crowded places. I feel, in my opinion, just based on history, it seemed like these things always happen in crowded places or events. So I would say, if possible, avoid those places. I mean, even though it may take some of the fun out of your year, but just look at what's happening right now. What happened in New Orleans is people there's a crowded place. Uh, Now the one in Vegas, it was at a hotel. I'm sure there were people there, but as weird as it seems, I don't think the suspect actually wanted to harm people at the hotel. I don't think so, because from what I understand, his knowledge and training and his skill level, he could have harmed everyone in the entire hotel, but that didn't happen. But yet and still, it was at a place where there were many people. I'm assuming. I don't know, how many people were at the hotel at the time, but I'm assuming there are quite a few people there. So try to avoid these, places. I know a lot of people like to go to clubs and bars and uh, sporting events and uh, concerts and things like that. But sometimes, that we have to be careful. They could make us an easy target. because I don't. No one really likes to celebrate and enjoy sporting events and crowded, being in crowded places more than more than we do. So we have to be careful of that. And even with that one, I would say make sure your situational awareness game is on point. Always know your surroundings. Um, if you see something that looks strange, say something. Call. Get in touch with local law enforcement if and when need be. If something doesn't look right, well, I mean, I believe you have the right to see if it is something legitimately wrong or not, considering what's going on right now. Um, Number four, this is the one that most people, if they hadn't had it done before, they really started practicing in 2020, and that is to make sure your level of self-defense is up to par. Now, when you say self-defense, people automatically go to, pew pew, right? Which that's part of it. Trust me, that's a huge part of it. But also your security systems around your homes, uh, and as I stated earlier, your self-awareness. You should always be aware of what's going on around you at all times. Even as I'm sitting here in the parking lot making videos, occasionally you'll see me glance to the right, to the left. There's I'm right here. My mirror's up here. I have a mirror up here. I'm looking through the mirror. I'm looking through the rear view mirrors. That's just because I become accustomed to doing that. Because I just want to know what's going on around me at all times. I would suggest we all do the same thing. And I'm not trying to put fear in anyone. I'm just saying you have to be aware. You have to use common sense. Essentially essentially, I mean, at the end of the day, I do believe God's got us. I have no doubt in that at all. But you have to prepare in faith, not in fear, as I say. Um, yeah, make sure you know what's going on around you at all times, but your level of self-defense, uh, home security, pew pew, um, make sure you have everything you need for, you know, your pew pew collection, I guess you could say. Make sure that you have anything you need in the event of an emergency. Also, number five, make sure you have plenty of food and water or know where to go and get it if need be. Reason why I'm saying that is because there may be certain things coming down the line. Not saying that there is. I don't know anything, obviously. I just love helping people stay prepared and be prepared myself. There may be certain things coming where they may try to, I don't know, keep people inside or limit access to stores or whatever. So just make sure you and your household have what you need, and maybe a little bit extra to help those close people around you. So those are the things I would actually focus on for 2025. Let me just repeat them. Do your own research. Don't trust mainstream media sources. Always have a group of close people around you that you can trust. People that you can trust if your life depended on it. Number three, stay away from large events and crowds as much as possible. Uh, Number four, make sure your levels of self-defense are up to par. Pew pew, home security, situational awareness. And number five, make sure you have plenty of food, water, and cash on hand. That could be huge too, because you never know what type of attacks may happen, and it may limit our access to certain things that we normally have access to. So just make sure that you're preparing in faith, not in fear. So let me know what you would add to that list. And as always, thanks for joining. Get ready, stay ready. God bless.